Alright guys, you saw the title of the mouse video. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing a terrible 300 elo chess game that I found. And it's just really bad, to be honest. Like, actually, this game, it's terrible. But before I begin, guys, if you enjoyed, so please drop a like and sub, as I'll help the channel a ton. If you're really enjoyed this video, let's drop super thanks. Without further ado, let's just begin. So the game starts off with knight to c3. What? Why? Like, generally in my eyes, if you're going to, like, start off the game by developing a knight, you should play knight f3. Because it allows you to potentially play a gambit. But knight c3 doesn't really allow anything, and the engine literally just puts the game at an exact draw because of this move. But okay, it's not like a terrible move or anything, but it's still not a very good move. Then we have pawn e5. Then we have knight f3. Okay, and now what you should play is probably just something like d6 maybe. But instead of that, we have knight f6, which just blunders the pawn in one move, and white captures. Then black plays pawn to d6, and the knight goes back. And now black has already lost a pawn. That's why the game is already winning by 1 point for white. Then we have knight c6. Then the knight just undevelops. There was no threat on the knight at all, but the knight just undeveloped. Okay. Then we have knight d4. And generally, guys, a mistake that a lot of beginners make usually is that they just try to attack the opponent with just a knight. Remember, like, you can't just go into the opponent's territory, especially if they still have like all their pieces, with just a knight. It's not a good idea because now this knight is just going to be a target for pawns. But that doesn't happen. Instead, now white just develops the other knight. What? Okay, so what was the point of developing these knights if you're just going to undevelop them? And now it's as if nothing even happened for white. And the only reason this is winning by 0.5 is because, well, technically 0.6, because white is up a pawn. If white wasn't up a pawn, this would have probably just been +1 in favor of black. But okay. Then we have knight b5. Now, something you could try to play is, like, maybe this move. Because maybe your opponent will just capture, and then you can just capture the knight for free. That doesn't happen. Instead, we have pawn e3. And then we have bishop g4. Attacking the queen. And this is a totally losing move, because you can just... it just blunders the knight with check. So it's basically the same thing as my idea, pretty much. To like give up the pawn to capture, they capture the knight and you just win the knight for free. Although, yeah, guys, by the way, really quick thing I'd like to mention. The reason I suggested this move is because, like, multiple times in my games, I have done moves like this. Like, I do have a game that I played about a week ago where, by the way, I am rated 1200, so yes, this does even work with, like, intermediate players. I did have a game where I basically just pushed the pawn and just blundered it, pretty much. They captured and I captured the queen, then they resigned. So yeah, you can definitely play like a move like this. But anyways, this just blunders the knight, and white thankfully finds the move. Wait, do they? Oh no, they don't. Instead they do f3. Although still the game is totally winning because the bishop and the knight are under attack, so you're going to lose one guaranteed. But the bishop goes back, and now finally white finds the move. Thankfully. We have pawn c6. Then the bishop goes back. Then we have pawn g6. And now we have pawn g4, which just totally traps the bishop. The reason this is such a bad move is because it just traps the bishop. And I don't know why, but it's not winning like a lot, according to Stockfish. Because, like, look, before this move, they only gained about like 0.8, but okay. So the bishop captures, obviously, and then pawn captures, and then we have another pawn push, and white just trades the pawns. And then they play b3. Okay. Then we have c5. Then the bishop is developed. And then the bishop also develops over here to protect this knight. And then we have a check. And the king is just forced to move. And now the game is winning by 6 points for white because they're up by 6 points of material. And black's king literally can't even castle. So now we have knight h3. Then we have pawn d5. Then we have knight f4. Then we have pawn a5. Oh no, pawn a6. Then we have bishop e2. And obviously the idea captures, and... wait, no, that's actually just losing. Oh wait, no, they can't capture because of the queen. Oh, no, that's winning, yeah, that's winning. But instead we have pawn e5. So they capture, knight captures, and now the game is basically a draw. Because you can actually just win the knight like this. Because, well, the king can move over here. And, okay, I guess technically you'd just be winning a knight, and yeah, the game is still totally winning for white. Wait, is it perpetual check? I'm not sure at all. Oh, this is why. Oh yeah, you're not supposed to trade at all. Okay. The rook captures, now the rook is just blundered in one move. Okay. And then we have pawn f6. What's even happening now? It just looks like black has given up. And then we have rook f1. Then we have rook c8, which achieves absolutely nothing. And then we have pawn captures by the bishop. Amazing. It's actually an amazing move. Wait, no, it isn't. Wait, is it? Oh wait, no, it just blunders. Okay, but that doesn't happen. Instead, we have rook c6, and now the game is just mate in 4 pretty much. And yeah, this just blunders the queen in one move. Like, I don't even know what black is even doing anymore. It's as if they gave up. And this is just a check. King has to move. In this situation, you should probably just play this move, because it wins the rook and it gives a check. But instead, we have rook g1, which is still not a bad move. And the king goes back, then another check, and now it looks like it's about to be a draw. But then they play f7. And yeah, they just attack the rook immediately, although you literally could have just won the rook by going over here. But okay. And for some reason, they just blunder the rook, okay. And now white is just capturing all the pawns. And now they've launched an attack on this bishop, and the bishop does get captured. And then the two players do just shuffle moves a lot now. And eventually, white just blunders their rook. Then we have pawn a4. Then we have king f3. Then we have pawn a5, king over here. And it's literally just mate in 2. Then we have, wait, no, not pawn a6. Then we have rook a4 check. King goes over here. It's just mate in 1 now. Like this. Oh, this isn't mate. Wait, where is the checkmate? This? Oh, it is. Oh, yeah, that's checkmate, okay. And instead of that, we have the move rook e4, which is okay. Then we have king g2, queen g7 check, king captures. Once again, mate in 1 right here, h4. But instead, we have g4. Then we have king h3. Then we have rook f4, and king over here. Then we have queen h7 check, king goes over here. And we have rook f3 check, which just blunders the rook. Okay, good job. Now they've just blundered 2 rooks for no reason. Simply impressive. Then we have pawn c3, and now, wait, no, knight c3. Okay. Then we have king g3, and then we have knight e2 check. Wait, no, not knight e4, knight e2 check. King goes to f3. And then 2 players just keep shuffling moves until eventually white tries to promote their pawn. Then the king goes back to f3. Then the pawn is pushed. King goes to e4. Then the queen moves to e8. Then the king goes over here. We have pawn e7. Then we have king e4. We have queen f8. Then we have king d5. And then we have the brilliant move, promotion to queen, which just leads to the game in a stalemate. Simply amazing. Like half of this game was just white blundering 2 rooks and failing to checkmate, and they missed mate and 1 like 5 times. Okay. And they made the game end in stalemate. Wow. This game. What did we just watch? Like, okay, let's just review this again. Okay. Very weird opening. Then just undeveloping both of the knights. Then the blunder of a knight. Then just sort of trades, I guess. And then the blunder of a pawn. And then the blunder of a rook. Then the blunder of a queen. And then just shuffling moves. And then the blunder of another rook. And then continuous shuffling moves. And then just blundering 2 rooks. Literally. And wow, the game is very laggy for some reason. Yeah. The blunder of 2 rooks for some reason. And just missing mate in 1 like how many times? How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they missed mate in 1 at least like 5 times. Okay. And, okay, they missed mate in 2 like 20 times. And then eventually they just shuffled moves until finally white managed to promote their pawn to a queen, and the game ended in stalemate. Amazing. And yeah, guys, this is the whole video. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and a sub, as I would really help the channel a ton. If you really enjoyed this video, you can also drop a super thanks. Comment down below any game you may want me to review. Without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. By the way, guys, really quick thing I'd like to mention. Today I actually reached 1,249 ELO. The highest I have ever reached before was 1,247 almost a year ago. Well, no, more than a year ago, until all of a sudden I decided to not play chess anymore. But now that I've gone back into the game, I've actually reached a new personal best in terms of ELO. So, yippee, I guess. And yeah, guys, this is the whole video. Bye. See you in the next video.